Hey, this is Roger Rabbit here. I'm one of those people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't, you really should get into it. It's a great game. It blows off a lot of time. You know, it's just one of those, it's like kind of like poker, only a little more complicated. Alright, I guess I'll just go ahead and cut right to the chase here. The deck I run is normally, I run a Hopeless Dragon deck, you know, 3 Darkness Metals and all that stuff like that. But I recently played a burn deck, and needless to say, it completely steamrolled me. I could not do anything, you know, couldn't attack for worth crap, and Lava Golems kind of kicked my ass, so, pardon my language. And here's I decided to make a little burn deck, and here it is. We'll go ahead and start off with the monsters. I run 3 Lava Golems. Some players may say it's, 3 is a little overpowered, or, you know, can get dead draws on it, but with the way I set the deck up, it really helps me a lot. So, 3 Lava Golems, tribute 2 of their monsters, put it on the field. Every one of their standby phases, they take 1,000. It's just great for, you know, just to irritate them. For the stall, I run 2 Spirit Reapers with the recent ban list. These are now semi-limited, so you can run 2 instead of 1, which is great. Great for burn decks, great for zombie decks if you run zombies, I guess. 1 Archfiend Interceptor. If they attack, then, you know, they take 500. Kind of a backfire on their part. 1 Morphtronic Datatron. When it's in defense, they take, you know, you can either inflict 300, or if it's in an attack, then you contribute. They take 6. You know, whatever. I only have 1 Desk Koala. I need 2. 2 would be awesome in this deck, but I only have 1, so, you know, everyone should know what Desk Koala does. 1 Night Assailant. It's like a Man-Eater bug with a little extra. Flip summon, destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and if it's pitched from your hand to the graveyard by an effect, then you get to take a flip effect monster back, so you know, there's a way to get your Desk Koala back, so technically I have 2. 2 Raging Flame Sprites. They can attack your opponent's life points directly, and if they do, they gain 1,000. 3-star monster can get past Gravity Bind, which I'll get to later. UFO Turtle. If it's destroyed, you can search out a fire monster with, you know, 1,500 lesser attack, so it's good for your Raging Flame Sprites or Solar Flares or all that. Speaking of Solar Flares, I run 3. Every time you end your turn, inflicts 500. If there's another Pyro on the field, they can't be selected as an attack target, which is great because Solar Flare is a Pyro, and, you know, you have 2, that's 1,000 a turn, blah, blah, you know, yada, yada, yada. Evon Magician Chiron. Every one of your standby phases, your opponent takes 300 damage for every monster on their field. Great for some slow burn. I'm probably taking this one out, but I have 1 Ultimate Baseball Kid. Gains 1,000 for every fire monster on your field, except him. You contribute a fire monster to do 500. You know, nice little effect damage there. 2 Mask of Darkness, just in case that you know, they pop your, like, Gravity Bind or something like that. You know, you flip summon it, get it back to your hand. Sangan, pretty much search for anything. Breaker of the Magical Warrior, just in case they Royal Decree or something annoying happens on their back row. 1 Boganian, takes 600 every one of your standby phases. You know, just a little annoying card. And 1 Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, gains 1,000 for every continuous trap in your graveyard, and you know, once per turn you can destroy a spell or trap on their field. So it's nice just to get rid of some cards. Plus, you know, it's just a good beat stick because you have to tribute 3 continuous, so it's just one of those odd cards. And, okay, now we're moving on to the spells. I have 3 Nightmare Steel Cages for 2 turns. Pretty much no one can attack as long as it remains face up. Great for, if you have a Lava Golem on their field or a Boganian on yours or something like that. 2 MSTs. or if you're a noob to this game, then Mystical Space Typhoons. It's just I really don't want to say that much. 2 Dark Room of Nightmares. Any effect damage that they take, add on an additional 300 with that. 1 Mask of the Accursed. Great for if you get a lava golem on their field, just equip it with Mask of the Accursed, and every one of their, every one of your standby phases, they take 500. 2 Messenger of Peace. I'm probably thinking about running 3, but 2 does pretty good for me. 1 Level Limit Area B. There needs to be 3, but since with the ban list and all that update and all that, you can only have 1, which is kind of crap. 1 Swords of Availing Light, kind of staple. Monster Reborn, staple. Enemy Controller, stop attacks and all that. And now we're moving on to the traps. 1 Scrap Iron. I only have 1, otherwise there would be 2 in this deck. But I only have 1, so making lemonade out of lemons here. 2 Metal Reflect Slimes. Just in case that they, attack or something, and you'll have nothing to stop it, you can do a Metal Reflect. 3,000 defense and all that good stuff. 2 Coffin Sellers. Anytime that a monster goes to their graveyard, inflict 300 to them. Works for tribute. You have that face up on the field, you tribute 2 of their monsters for a lava golem. They take 600, and on their turn, they take, 1,000, so there's 1,600 right there. It's a nice chunk. I run 1 Ceasefire. Great combo with Metal Reflect Slime. 2 Just Desserts. 1 Mask of Restrict, just in case that I do get a lava golem on their field, which 9 times out of 10 for some reason they always tribute it. So I play Mask of Restrict, it's on their field, can't tribute it, it stays on their field. 1 Needle Wall, just for annoyance. 1 Magical Thorn, whenever they discard a card from their hand to the graveyard, inflict 500. The only reason that I run 1 of those is because I run 3 Robin Goblins. Every time one of my monsters does any damage to them, they discard a card, combined with that with Magical Thorn, there's 500 damage right there, plus whatever damage I did. 1 Magic Cylinder. 1 Shadow Spell. It's kind of like a Spellbinding Circle, only it's a little bit better because their monster loses 700 attack. 1 Mirror Force, staple. And 2 Nightmare Wheel. The only reason I have 2 is because I don't have 3, and that's why the Shadow Spell is in there. I run 1 Gravity Bind for the Uber Stall. Great if pretty much they have any 4-star on their attack. If they have like an attack-based deck, like Hopeless Dragons, then Gravity Bind works really well. Just completely shuts them down. And last card, Backfire. Just one of those cards for kind of like your protection there. Plus, it's a continuous trap, so you can get Uriah faster, so that's the burn deck. If you have any comments, please feel free to subscribe or anything, and I'm out.